Can ChatGPT code review really fit your existing dev workflow? Imagine having a helpful coding buddy sitting right next to you, ready to review your code anytime you need. That's what many developers wonder about when they hear about ChatGPT 4 code review. Can it really slide into your current workflow smoothly? Let's find out. First, ChatGPT is an AI language model that can understand and generate code in many programming languages. When used for code review, it looks at your code snippets or diffs and points out potential bugs, logic errors, security issues, or ways to make your code faster and cleaner. It can also check if your code follows best practices and coding standards. This makes it a handy tool for catching common mistakes early, especially if you're still learning or working on complex projects. To fit ChatGPT into your workflow, you can automate the process. For example, you can set up scripts or use automation tools like GitHub Actions to send your code to ChatGPT automatically. These setups can run before you merge code, giving you inline comments or feedback directly on pull requests. You can also customize prompts to focus on specific concerns like security or readability, making the feedback more relevant. If you work with large codebases, you'll want to break your code into smaller chunks. ChatGPT has token limits, which means it can only review a certain amount of code at once. Smaller pieces help keep the review focused and within limits. You can also use an iterative process, where you review, apply suggestions, and then review again. This way, you keep improving your code step by step. There are practical ways to do this, like integrating ChatGPT into your GitHub workflow so it comments on pull requests automatically. Or you could run local scripts that send code to ChatGPT before you commit. This can save time and improve code quality without adding extra manual steps. But there are some things to keep in mind. ChatGPT doesn't have access to your entire project or history unless you give it that information. So, it might miss context that a human reviewer would catch. Also, its suggestions need human validation because it can sometimes produce recommendations that aren't perfect. Token limits mean it can't review very large files all at once, so chunking your code is necessary. And if your code involves sensitive information, you should be cautious about sharing it with AI tools to avoid exposing proprietary data. From a learning perspective, ChatGPT can act like an interactive tutor. It explains code issues and suggests improvements in plain language, helping you learn as you go. This makes it a useful supplement to traditional reviews, especially when combined with automation. In the end, ChatGPT can fit into your development process as a helpful assistant. When you set it up with automation, give clear prompts, and keep human oversight, it can boost your code quality and help you learn. But it's not meant to replace experienced developers or manual reviews. It's a tool that works best when used alongside your existing practices.